Hi vlog. I am freaking drowning. Oh yeah. It's almost 10 p.m. They miss you. I miss you. This is by far my toughest day of residency. There are bags under my eyes, man. I am a surgeon.
Am I gonna be in your vlog?
Yes. Good morning, vlog. We're done with surgery and today we start internal medicine. A little fit check. I really missed the baggy OR scrubs already.
Hey Chewy. Hey Chip.
I think this is the first time I've left for work after the sun has come out. Not gonna lie guys, I'm pretty nervous about starting medicine. Surgery was really focused and really dynamic. Medicine, you are handling pretty much every aspect of a patient's care. And there's also a lot of documentation that I'm gonna have to learn, but we'll be fine. We can make it through anything. We've made it this far, haven't we? It's just another thing to figure out. You ready for this?
I'm so ready. I'm so stoked. I love medicine. I love it. I love it.
Can't believe they split us up.
I'm out here in Colorado. They like mentioned an aneurysm, and I had to.
Yo, they restocked the fridges? Look at this. Look at all this stuff.
And then last week, 2 of the TYs.
I actually fainted a lot in the OR. It happened to me all the time. I did not expect that ever to happen before.
All right, guys, let's catch up a little bit. So like I've said, I am now on internal medicine, so I am part of the hospitalist team. So basically when patients come into the hospital and need to be admitted, we are the team that takes care of them. We manage all of their conditions, whether it's acute or chronic, their medications. We reach out to consultants if they need things like cardiology, surgery, gastroenterology. We coordinate with case management, social work. We're essentially the quarterbacks of patient care. Now, honestly, this is an intimidating rotation because you are managing so much. Like on surgery, it was very focused. My notes were really short, but now I've spent like hours this morning already just on charting alone. It's definitely gonna take some getting used to. I've already asked my senior a ton of questions today. But for day one, we're actually pretty lucky because we have a short list, so my team divided our patients. I only had one patient to see. I had to get caught up on that patient's past medical history and hospital course and then go and see them, report to my senior, and then we rounded with the attending. Sorry guys, there is construction going on, so if you guys hear banging in the background of the audio, that's what that is. We're actually gonna discharge that patient today, so my list will actually be cleared. But starting in about half an hour, we are going to start admitting. So our list can cap at 20. So depending on how many patients come in today, between now and 7 p.m., we could end up filling up our list a lot. Learning how to do an admission is going to be a struggle. I watched it a lot as a medical student, but now as a resident, I have a lot more responsibilities and have to do a lot of documentation that as a medical student, you don't have to do. It's honestly a little overwhelming, but again, we got this. We've made it this far, and eventually we're gonna figure it out. So yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. Dude, the vlog misses you. They miss you. I miss you. All right, so I saw one admission and now I'm on my way to the emergency room to go see a second admission. This isn't too bad, but the documentation part is really difficult for me. Just saw my second admit. It is currently 6 p.m. and we have to do sign out in an hour. So a lot of what is slowing me down is honestly the charting. I'm having such a hard time charting. I'm spending so much time trying to figure out like the templates, the orders. So much different than surgery. Okay, so I'm just now leaving the hospital. It's almost 9 o'clock at night. Today was pretty long, I'm not gonna lie guys. There is a steep learning curve to medicine. There's just so much information and so much to do. I basically felt like I was like doing stuff the whole day. Like I don't even understand how it's almost 9. Overall, like it's interesting, like getting to manage the patient's whole care, you know, every aspect of it, all the orders on admission, all the consults, like literally everything down to like the diet, right? Like physical therapy, occupational therapy, every little detail. But for that same reason, it's very difficult. And I can feel myself bottlenecking myself, you know, need my senior's help on every little thing, every checkbox, every order. I can feel that what I'm doing shouldn't take as long as it is, and it's only taking so long because I just don't have the experience. So it's frustrating for sure. Like no one likes that feeling of not being good at something, and it's even worse when you can like feel it, like you know what it'll feel like when you get better, but in this current moment you just can't. Yeah, those are my initial thoughts on today. Just a little frustration, but I'm also not expecting more of myself because this is exactly how I feel like I should be at this time, right? Like it's day one. I don't have the experience. I've never done this before. I've never, you know, admitted patients. I've never been a resident on internal medicine. So not really frustrated at myself. I just want to hurry up and get better. That's it. Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I want to go home and go to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Tuesday. So today we are not admitting, thank goodness. I'm really hoping I could spend some time figuring out medicine, figuring out orders, taking care of the patients I do have. Yesterday was really long, but I'm still staying pretty optimistic. God, it's hot. I finished seeing my patients and now I'm working on notes before we discuss with our attending. This morning's been a lot more chill, which has been nice. Lunchtime, baby.
Still for you.
Yeah, it was just like I had it super late.
Oh yeah. Yeah, brisket sandwich.
How's your day going?
Really good, saving lives.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm saving 6 lives today.
6 lives.
6 lives.
Okay, so let's debrief a little bit. Today was a lot better than yesterday for a couple of reasons. First off, we weren't admitting, which was a huge difference between yesterday and today. Yesterday, I was trying to get used to being on medicine and I was taking on patients from the previous team. So I was trying to get caught up on that, learn how to go through the process of like discharging a patient, and then also having to learn how to admit patients while actively admitting patients. And that was really stressful and that took forever. Today was the complete opposite where we weren't admitting today. So I was able to just focus on taking care of the patients that I was already managing, and my patients were already known to me because I was here yesterday. So I wasn't playing catch up on them. I actually discharged one of my patients and it was so much faster going through the discharge paperwork, the med recs, the discharge note, everything. I would say I probably did it like 10 times as fast because 1, I was more confident with the series of steps I had to take, and 2, I just knew the patient better, so I was less dependent on my senior for like every little bit of the discharge planning. Tomorrow though, we're back to admitting and I'm nervous for sure, but I'm feeling a lot more confident than I felt yesterday. It's still gonna suck, I think, but it's okay. We'll be fine. We'll make it through it one day at a time, just like we always do. And you guys get to come along with me.
Am I gonna be in your vlog?
Yes. Happy Wednesday. This is the fit check of the day. So we are admitting today. I'm a bit nervous because Monday was pretty rough when we were admitting, but I've got experience now, so today should be a lot more smooth. Okay, so I'm done rounding, just working on notes now. Not too bad this morning. I picked up a patient from one of my co-interns who is in clinic today, so I kind of just had to spend some time reviewing their chart. Now I'm gonna go get some breakfast, and then I'm gonna work on my notes more before we round with our attending and start admitting at 1. We got the goods, baby. We do not take eating for granted at the hospital. We always get food when we get the chance. Egg scramble, baby. How you doing today?
It's really tiring saving lives, actually.
Yeah, being such a good doctor.
Amazing doctor.
The good doctor.
Oh, hi, I'm a surgeon.
Emotional support, Spam Masubi. Fettuccine Alfredo, baby. Okay, so we are done with the rounds, and now we are having some lunch. And we are done admitting for the day, which is nice. So basically I can just catch up on work. So a lot less stressful of a day than I thought it was gonna be. How's your day going? Worse than yours. Yeah, I totally agree, actually. It totally looks like that. Okay, so I am finally done for the day. We just got done signing out to the night team, which is something we have to do every single night at 7 p.m. when the night team comes in, because they're taking over the management of our patients during the night. So they need to be caught up on the patients so they know what to do if something happens. But overall, today was a pretty good admitting day. We didn't have that many admits. I thought we were admitting in the afternoon, but we ended up admitting in the morning. So a little bit less admission time, I believe, which was nice. Part of me feels like our attending purposefully went easy on us with the admissions today because she knows this is like our first week of medicine. But overall, it was pretty good. I have some interesting patients. So one of them we are working up for pneumonia. So basically treating them, making sure that they don't get more sick. And then another one of my patients basically has dizziness and bradycardia, which means their heart rate is just like dropping down really low for some reason. So we're doing a lot of workup to try to figure out why does their heart rate keep dropping. When you're managing these patients on medicine, it's not just about why they came to the hospital. You're also managing every aspect of their medical care, including any of their current conditions that they already have that are not the reason they came into the hospital, but you can't stop their treatment for things like their hypertension or if they have diabetes. I think that's why medicine is so difficult. And DePaul put this really well a couple days ago. It's a lot of parallel thinking where you're thinking about a lot of things at once and you're managing a lot of things at once. And I find it very hard to deal with. In fact, I would say this is probably the hardest time I've had through all of residency. As someone who went into anesthesia, a lot of what I like is having like this job right in front of me that I can manage, right? And, you know, focus on that one patient, do a good job, and then move on to the next one. And DePaul had the same kind of reasoning with radiology when it comes to reviewing imaging and whatnot. Versus medicine, again, it's very parallel thinking, a lot of things going on at once. You feel a little bit scatterbrained throughout the day, which I'm just having a hard time with, but I can already feel it getting better. Like I'm already getting faster. I'm putting orders in quicker. I'm getting my notes done quicker. So I'm getting more efficient, but it'll only get tested when we have more difficult days. So tomorrow we're not admitting, thank goodness. We actually have didactics, which is why we're not admitting. So it'll be primarily managing our patients on the floor and making sure they're okay and everything's taken care of and there are no new concerns overnight. And then we have didactics during the day, but then Friday, we're back to admitting. And I have a feeling my attending is gonna go a little less easy on us, so we'll see. Anyway, it's about 7:30 and today is one of my best friend's birthdays, someone I've known from childhood. So I'm gonna go over to his apartment and celebrate a little bit. Something I talk about in my vlogs a lot is not missing out on life just because you're in medical school or residency. And friends' birthdays is another example of that, where I'm not really willing to put those last or to prioritize this over that. I think I can juggle both things, right? Like I'm off work now, I can go and meet up with them and celebrate and basically do it all. Like I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to miss out on life just because I'm doing my residency training. So yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my night with my friends. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Wow, how wholesome. Ladies, he is a dog person. Hi, Noya. Hello. Hello, Noya. Hey, Papas. Look how sad Chip is that I'm going to work. Happy Thursday. So today's Thursday, which means we are not admitting, so I can focus just on the patients that I'm taking care of. Hopefully, it's a chill day. Exactly.
So nice. We could just chill the rest of the day. Are you guys like able to?
Ever been to it? Pizza actually sounds delicious. Hey, nice. Look at that.
Overnight.
Say hi to the vlog. D-Boogs.
Hi, vlog.
It looks like I'm filming a day in the life with you. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to didactics. Okay, so we are done with didactics, and now I am actually running up to one of my patients' floors because we are discharging them. We've been treating them for pneumonia while they've been in the hospital here, and now they're going home. So I'm running up to their floor to drop off a prescription for their antibiotic treatment, and that's it. They'll go home. It's honestly kind of fun, guys. I just grabbed some dinner from the cafeteria, and now we're just waiting for the night team to get here so that we can sign out to them and then go home. Today was a really chill day, guys. I got 2 of my patients discharged and I'm feeling pretty good. Tomorrow we're admitting again, so we'll be able to test ourselves. Also, I saw that we hit 38,000 subscribers, and that's just so awesome. So I want to thank you guys, so much for subscribing to the channel, whether you are an old, subscriber or one of my new subscribers. It means a lot to have your support and just knowing that you guys are enjoying this content. So we're gonna keep making it. Happy Friday. Let's go around. Period. Blood pressure remained within normal limits, period. Okay guys, I have been terrible about updating you today, but it's been super busy. I've already taken 2 admits. One was a downgrade from the ICU, and the other one we saw in the emergency room just now. Basically, one's a post-stroke. The other patient came in for a headache that we're working up. Very busy day. I've had no time to catch up with you guys, but I promise we will later. Guys, I am freaking drowning. My team has had 15 admissions this afternoon. I'm handling 5 of them, and I have to discharge one of my current patients. I still have a bunch of admission orders to put in. I have to do all the notes. It's 6:30. We're technically supposed to do sign out at 7 for the night team. There is no shot I leave here anytime before 9. We're finally done admitting, so I'm gonna catch up on everything, but this is by far my toughest day of residency thus far. So many notes to do. So much charting. Insert full physical exam. Left lower extremity weakness with flexion and extension. 8:15. Still working. Diabetic ketoacidosis. It's almost 10 p.m. and I am just leaving the hospital. We stopped admitting at 6 p.m. So it basically took me about 3.5 hours to catch up on all of my orders, notes, discharge summaries. It was kind of a lot, but we did it, baby. That was by far my hardest day of residency. Not even just because things were really challenging, but just because there was a lot to do. We thrive, guys. Positive mindset, you make it through anything. Okay, let me get in my car. We'll debrief a little bit. All right, guys. So I'm finally back in my car. Like I said, it's almost 10 o'clock. I got here just before 7 for sign out. So let me just summarize the day. Basically, we started off getting sign out from the night team at 7 a.m. on any overnight events with our patients. Then in the morning, up until about 11 or so, we rounded on our patients, caught up on overnight events, reviewed any morning labs, imaging. We saw the patients, rounded with our attending, and then after that, we started taking admits. So I immediately had an admit of a patient that had a stroke and required an IR thrombectomy. Basically, they have to go and remove the blood clot. Then I had a patient that was being admitted for an infectious workup. I had another patient that was admitted for diabetic ketoacidosis, basically the thing that we warn patients with diabetes of. And I had an admission of a patient that was coming out of the operating room. So sometimes when patients get procedures, we have to keep them in the hospital for a few days. So they need a hospitalist team to manage them. Oh, and then another patient that was also a possible stroke. So we're doing a neuro workup for them as well. And that was just some of my patients. My team altogether admitted, I believe, 14 patients today, I want to say. So we really filled up our patient list. And even though we stopped taking admissions at 6, we were all here until about now to finish everything we had to get done, all the orders, all the charts. We had to sign out to the night team. Today challenged me in a lot of ways. However, it wasn't unexpected. Like, I had a feeling, because we were admitting this afternoon, that we were going to be here late, just like my first day. But this time we had a better grasp on what we were doing, and we saw way more admissions than we did our first day. So today was a good testament that we are getting better at what we're doing, and that even if we have to stay a little bit later, we can get the job done. Oh, another reason I had a lot to do was because we also discharged a couple of my patients. So not only was I taking admits all afternoon, but I was also having to work on the patients that I was discharging, which also require notes, med recs, all that kind of stuff. Just a lot of things. Like, as soon as 6:30 came around and I just was able to sit down on my computer and just start working, the first thing I did was pull up a sticky note on my computer, list out the patients I had, and just put like bullet points for each one of things I had to get done. Honestly, that was a really good thing to do, because I literally just had a bunch of papers in front of me with a bunch of patient information and just stuff I had to do, and I definitely felt jumbled at first, but as soon as I wrote down everything that I could just check off, I was able to just get through everything. It took a few hours, but we get through it. Anyway, I'm tired. By now I would actually be in bed, so I'm gonna drive home. I grabbed some food from the kitchen we have in our lounge because I haven't eaten since noon. I haven't had time to eat since noon. So I'm gonna scarf this down when I get home and go to bed. And then tomorrow morning, we're admitting again, which is crazy. But I believe we're only like 6 or 7 patients away from our cap, so we can't get as many admissions as we did today, which is nice. Plus, we're only admitting in the morning, so even if we do get a lot of admissions, then we have the whole afternoon to catch up on everything, so that's good. Anyway, that was a lot of talking, but I just wanted to debrief you guys on what was a pretty long day, probably my most difficult day of residency so far. And yeah, let's see you guys tomorrow to do it all over again. Bro, I just watched that back and there are bags under my eyes, man. What the heck? Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I can't believe I got home from work 8 hours ago and I'm already back. And we're admitting again this morning. And this video is supposed to go tomorrow and I haven't started editing it. All right, so it's 7:45. We did sign out with the night team and I checked all my patients, their labs, vitals, any imaging they got done last night. Now I'm going to round so I can hurry up and do my notes before we start admitting. All right, we're done admitting for the morning. Our team only had a few, which was really nice, especially after yesterday. But now I'm just gonna go check on one of my patients and then meet my attending and team for rounds.
I just pushed the guide.
Time to lock in. All right, guys, so it's about 6:30 p.m. Today was actually okay. This morning we were admitting, but we hit our cap pretty quickly. And then we met with our attending for rounds. And the funny thing is you could spend all morning working on your plan for your patients and then present to the attending, and then they'll have just completely different things to do for the patient. That's part of the learning process, right? That's why we're doing this. And then we spent the rest of the afternoon taking care of our current patients and finishing up any notes. I actually discharged 2 of my patients, which is a really good feeling. And it's Saturday night, which means tomorrow is my day off. I can't believe I've worked about 75 hours this week. That's just absolutely insane. And I'm editing this video tonight. So if you see this tomorrow, just know that I stayed up late just so I could edit it. Anyway, we are about to sign out to the night team. Thank you for joining me on my first week of internal medicine. I learned a lot this week and I'm excited to do better next week. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.